All right, everybody. Here we are. Thursday evening swing. I'm getting all connected here with everybody. All right, we are live on Strictly Swing Spokane and live on Instagram, I believe. We shall see. All right, I'm going to give everybody a chance to get logged in here. Let's see. All right, who's out there tonight? All right, Instagram is going there. I think. How are we looking, folks? Here we are, live from Spokane, Washington. There we go. There's a few people coming in. Let's see. We are live on Instagram and Facebook. Here we go. All right. Live tonight with Solo 20s Charleston. Okay. Oh man, what a mess. How we doing, folks? Everybody there? Everybody good? Things are popping up all over the place here. Okay. Welcome to Thursday Evening Swing, live edition on Facebook. So today we are going to be doing some solo 1920s Charleston. Oh, there we go. Some people are chiming in here. There we go, there we go, there we go. Yes, I saw this as well. Something just happened. Stay on the page and let me close this. There we go. Okay, so based on your votes, Spokane, we are going to be doing some solo 20s Charleston today. Some essential things, and also there was a close second for some intermediate advanced Charleston stuff. So out on Instagram land, if you want to join in for some Charleston, that's great. And Strictly Swing, get ready to go. Hopefully you have a towel and some water because solo Charleston is a little bit aerobic. And so we're going to get right to it. And we are going to get to our solo 20s Charleston essentials. I want to give a big shout out to Dean Mora, who gave us permission to use some of his music. And I've got a lot of Charleston music from Mora's Modern Rhythmists, so check that out if you get a chance to get some music from them. Okay, so let's start with some basic 20s Charleston essentials. So here's where we're at. Let me see if I need to move the screen down a little bit. I think I'm looking pretty good. Okay, so there's a lot of things to talk about here. My other classes I've been talking about being ambidextrous and being able to do things on the left and the right and whatnot. For the sake of today's class, we're going to be starting with the right foot, and we're going to bring that right foot forward. And the basic rhythm that we're going to work with for the essentials is touch, step, touch, step. So I'm going to take my right foot, and I'm going to touch it in front, and then I'm going to bring it behind and step on it. I'm going to take my left foot, touch it behind, and then step on it. So right now we're just getting the basic essential rhythm of 20s Charleston. A touch and a step, a touch and a step. Let me do that from behind. So the right foot goes forward, touch, step, step. Now, if you'll notice from the front, the arms are going to go in opposition. So when I start, my arms are going to go to the right as I bring my right foot forward. So if I keep that going, I'm going to have a touch, a step, a touch, and a step. And again, I'm just going through the very, 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 very basic rhythms. Okay, here we go. Something keeps flashing. I hope everything is okay. All right, so a couple things to talk about. We're going to keep doing that basic rhythm, but now I'm going to talk about the quality of movement in this basic rhythm. It's very similar to what I talked about in the Lindy Charleston class that I held, I think, on Tuesday. Oh, speaking of which, I go live every night at 8 o'clock, except for Thursdays, for Thursday evening swing at 7. Monday is jazz, Tuesday is Charleston, Wednesday, Lindy Hop and Jitterbug. Here we are on Thursday. Friday, shag, Saturday, Balboa and Bell Swing, and Sunday for teachers and organizers. So I call it Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge, but tonight is live for Spokane to give you a little bit of normal Thursday evening swing. Okay, with this basic rhythm, touch, step, I'm going to do 3 different things with regards to the quality of movement. Now, what you just saw me do earlier was just getting the basic rhythm, and I was, dare I say, flat-footed. So I could be flat, or I could have a pulse in the arches of my feet, in my ankles, a little bit of the knees, or I can have a hop off the floor, okay? So when I'm doing my Charleston, watch the 3 different options. If I just do the basic rhythm, then I'm just gonna be here and I'm just gonna do touch, step, touch, step. And I'm pretty flat-footed just doing the rhythm. Now I'm gonna add a pulse. Touch, step, step. And already it looks a little better. Boom. But if I really want to get the quality of movement for Charleston, I'm going to actually do that rhythm and get a little hop. Boom. Hop, 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 hop. So without all the feet stuff, the difference is staying here. Now also, keep in mind when we're in the 1920s, this is pre-Lindy Hop. So we're pre-Lindy days where we've got the knees bent and that kind of pike in our hips a little bit for the basic Lindy posture. We're a little bit more upright, okay? And so what's gonna happen is if I just stay flat-footed, obviously I'm just there flat-footed. But if I add a pulse, you can feel, you can do this at home, just start the pulse through the ankles, through the arches of the feet, and you can feel your knees starting to work a little bit. Now your core is starting to get engaged a little bit to keep your balance. And so now you just got this little pulse off the ground. The third element for really authentic Charleston, and you don't have to do it all the time, but if you really want to have it look good, you're actually going to have a hop off the floor, right? So now I have a hopping motion. Now I'm going to take that to a pulse, and then I'm going to keep it flat. So again, if I do the basic footwork, touch, step, and I do it flat, it has a certain feel. If I have a pulse, it has a certain feel and a certain look. This is what you'll see a lot of people do, just because we're a little lazy. So this is good. We have a nice pulse in the basic and doing a touch and a step. But if I really want to be authentic, you can even hear it, hopefully. Just that hopping off the ground. Let me turn around from the back so you can see that motion. Arms are going back and forth. I'm hopping with the rhythm. Now I'm going to pulse it. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Now flat-footed. I'm doing the correct rhythm, but it has a very different feel. So if you've just chimed in tonight for Thursday evening swing, we are working on solo 20s Charleston essentials. Hello, everybody in Instagram land. And so we have the basic rhythm. Touch, step, step. If you're an engineer or an accountant, 1, 3, 5, 7. I'll get into that a little bit more in a second. And I just talked about having flat feet, a pulsing foot, and a hopping foot. So literally getting that foot a little bit off the ground. I think in today's day and age, when, well, 20s Charleston isn't done that often. You will see different contests at major events, ILHC and things like that, where they will have a Charleston or a jazz devoted contest to it. So go check some of those out for some inspiration. So we don't dance it that often, but it's a great class given our situation with being in and looking at a live stream. So when we're here and playing with this rhythm, you have a choice with your quality of movement. Okay, let's talk about, I talked about the arms. They're going in opposition. So let me go through that one more time. So when I'm here, a little bit close up of the arms. when I start, my right foot comes forward, so my arms are going to go to the right. Yeah? And so I'm going to have that opposition. Again, don't worry about the feet, I'm focused on the arms. So the arms have this back and forth. Shoot, 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 boom. So just isolating the arms, we got right, left, and then I add the feet, and we've got a touch, a step, a touch, a step, a touch. And when you do this, let the arms go. Feel like you're scraping the walls to the right and the left with your fingertips, rather than being kind of short or letting them get like way out of control. Just have a little bit of nice stretch back and forth as you do the footwork. Now I add the hop, boom, and now I've got some really nice Charleston essentials going on with the basic and the arms. Okay, the next thing that typically happens when we teach solo Charleston, and you probably have already seen it, the ankle movement. And I remember the very first time I took a Charleston class, it was on Catalina Island, and I had a really hard time with the ankle stuff. And over the years, I know this is going to sound weird, but don't think about your ankles. For me personally, it's like when I think about how to make a movement work with my body, I usually get it wrong. If I try to just move, that didn't sound right. Let me think about that. Instead of thinking about moving a specific body part, I think about the movement. How about that? Yeah, so in other words, I'm not thinking about my ankles doing anything. What I am thinking about doing is the rhythm, touch, step, touch, step. And I'm thinking about having the quality of movement of having that pulse or that bounce off the floor. And if you have that pulse, then your ankle is doing this naturally, which means you're pivoting on the front half of your foot. Doesn't work if you're flat-footed. It works if you have a pulse, and it works if you have the hop. Now, when you do that, and you don't overthink the ankles, when you bring your foot forward and you touch the floor with the front half of your foot, your ankle naturally will go in. So if I'm here and I bring that foot forward and I don't think about the ankle, when I hit that, it's going to come in and move this way, rather than thinking I have to move the ankles and then hit a step, right? And now, if I think about that through the whole movement, I touch, ankles go in, there's a release of that energy, they come up, and then I step. And again, when I step, I'm on the front half of the feet and the ankles go in. I release that energy, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And again, this is just one of those things I don't want to think about the ankles, but I know everyone asks about them. So a little exercise you can do as far as the feel you should have is 1, 3, 5, 7. And what I'm doing there is I'm staying up on the front half of my foot. I'm not worried about stepping or touching, but I'm just bringing the ankles in, 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 in. And if you stay on the front half of the feet, you can make that happen. So you have 1, 3, 5, 7. From this angle, 1, 3, 5, 7. So when I come down on the floor with a relaxed foot on the front half of my feet, that'll be the 1. When I release, there's the 2. When I step down, 3. Release, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you'll see the ankles doing this as I do the footwork. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3. Now I add the hop. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now we have the basic, essential rhythm of the Charleston. We've talked about our arms. We've talked about the flat versus the pulse versus the hop. And again, if you're going to hop around really hardcore for the next 45 minutes, good luck. You will get your cardio in today if you do that. So tonight, practice the pulse at least, and every once in a while, put that hop in. If you're not used to doing Charleston and used to doing this kind of aerobic activity, just be careful tonight. Like, be careful with the muscles in your feet. You're going to feel that. You're going to feel your calves maybe tomorrow morning and all that stuff with all this pulsing and hopping. So let's put a song on and watch how I'm going to do 3 different quality of movements with the basic Charleston. Flat, and you'll see how it looks and feels flat, and then the pulse, and then the hop. So check this out. And again, thank you, Dean Mora. Mora's Modern Rhythmists. All right. Now pulse. Now flat foot. Back to the hop. Here we go. Back to pulse. And flat foot. Okay. So hopefully you saw the difference in those 3 different quality movements. Now, the song never changed. It had the same tempo. Song has the same feel, but as you can see, the energy of the authentic 20s Charleston with the hop, the pulse is okay. It still felt pretty good, but then you definitely saw the energy or the life go out of the step when I did it flat-footed. So again, it's just a matter of building up your cardio, building up the muscles in your feet and your legs to be able to do that hopping version as often or all the time if you're performing it, or not even performing it, just again having that quality of movement. Okay, so that's the basic rhythm, the basic steps. I think I'm covered everything I wanted to cover there. Okay, so some essential Charleston moves that we're going to work on. We're not going to change the rhythm. This entire time, we're going to do touch, step, touch, step. My right foot's going to come forward. Homework, work on your left foot coming forward, all different timings. But for tonight, we're going to focus on the right foot coming forward, and we're going to work some movements with the same rhythm. So I'm going to do a basic and then show a movement. And you'll see how the rhythm stays consistent. So the first one is what we're going to call a side step. So here's my basic. From the front, I do a touch, step, touch, step. I'm going to keep that rhythm, but I'm going to go to the side. Touch, step, touch, step. Back to the basic. Bop, ba, bop. From the back, I do a basic. Touch, step, step, side, step, side, step. Now, when I do that side motion, I'm touching, then I'm stepping, I'm touching, and I'm stepping. And when you do it slow, you're not going to be able to hop that much when you're going slow. So I definitely want to at least have that pulse while I'm doing this motion. Now, as I do that side step, I like to kind of get a little flick of the wrist with the hand. Not sure you can see it there. And then my other hand just kind of goes on the hip there. You can do all kinds of stuff with your hands. This is just what I like to do. So again, from the front, I have a basic. Then I take that rhythm to the side, flick, boom, flick the wrist, boom, and come back to the basic. From this angle, basic, side step, flick there, flick, basic, boom. Now from the back, basic, side step, side, boom, basic from this angle, side step, boom, hop, boom, hop. Okay, so once again, we're not changing the rhythm, We're just changing the shape of this Charleston step. Are there any questions out there? Facebook keeps changing around. I can't tell how many people are watching. Looks like there's a few on Instagram. Very cool. Hey, Instagram. Hey, Strictly Swing. Okay, so now let's work on the next basic. I'm going to do a few of these and then we'll put on some music. So the next essential basic solo 20s is what we're going to call a quarter turn. Quarter turn. So if I'm facing the camera, a quarter turn would just be to here. And then another quarter turn would be to the back, and then to the wall, and then back to the front. Now I'm going to use the rhythm to my advantage. When that right foot comes forward on the one, I'm going to think about turning my right hip 1/4 turn. So if I do a basic, I have touch, step, touch, step. Now if I want to keep doing the basic, I'm just going to keep my hips to the camera and hit that one. If I want to do a quarter turn, I'm going to rotate through my center. And again, I'm on the ball of my left foot, so I get a nice pivot, and I touch, step. Take it to the back, quarter turn, boom. Take it to the side, quarter turn, and back to the front, quarter turn, boom, bop, bop. Now remember, I have not changed the rhythm, I have changed the shape. So I have touch, step, 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 and I'm back to the front for the touch, step, touch, step. So when I move through my center and I turn those hips to the left, whoa, thank you, watching from New York City. All right, where's all my Spokane people for Thursday evening swing? I got New Yorkers watching. Hey, all right. So we have our basic, we have our side step, and we have our quarter turn. Quarter turn. Okay, the next one that I'm going to do, I just call it a push to the front. And it looks like this, and I'll break it down for you. So here we are. I do a basic, touch, step, touch, step. I'm not going to change the rhythm. I'm going to change the shape. I'm going to push it to the front, push it to you. Touch, step, turn, and touch, step. I go back to the basic, touch, step, touch, step. Watch that from this angle. So if I push it to the front is now the back wall. I do a basic, touch, step, touch, step. I push it to the front or the back wall now, touch, step, turn, touch, step, back to the basic, touch, step, touch, step. So as I do that, it's kind of similar to the side step. I just put my hand on my hip and I give a little push to the wall that I'm going toward. Again, not changing the rhythm, changing the shape. So watch that without pausing. I do a basic touch, step, I push it to the front, I push it, basic, touch, step, I push it to the front, I push it, and touch, step, step. Now, a little variation on this. When I move forward, I can kind of keep oriented or keep looking at you to the front. So I push, and I'm looking at the front, the camera, and I'm going to stay looking at the front and just turn my body and do my left side. Now, what feels nice, I'm going to still push it to the front, but watch. I'm going to push it to the front, and because I turn over my left shoulder slightly, I'm going to continue that turn right before I do the left. Turn, left, left. Watch this again. I do a basic, touch, step, I push it to the front, I push it, turn it, push it, touch, step, step. So when I do this particular, I'll watch it from the back. I do a basic, touch, step, touch. Now I push it, I push, turn over the left shoulder, right before I do that left foot basic, pushing to the front. So when I do this in some 20s routine, anyone? Yeah, put this all together. Okay. when I do this particular step in a fitness class, I do this fitness class called Happy Feet Fitness. Sometimes I have older people in the class, and sometimes they have a hard time spinning and getting dizzy. So this is a nice variation where those that can handle it can turn around while they do the push it to the front, while some just stay oriented to the front. So when I do pushing to the front, then I have an option there. You could just stay oriented to the front with a little turn, or you can push it to the front, turn all the way around, push it to the front. It's a lot harder on your knees. So now we have the basic. We have the side step. We have the quarter turn, and we have the push it to the front. We have two options on the push front, basic and the turning push it to the front. Last one for essentials. This is perfect. We're right on time. The last movement I want to cover for essentials, and by the way, there are hundreds of Charleston steps. Whether they're beginner, intermediate, or advanced, that kind of depends on your knowledge of the dance and whether it's a difficult step or not. So I don't want to say that any of them are easier or harder. It's just what it is. These to me are the kind of essential core solo 20s Charleston movements you want to have down, using the basic rhythm and creating a shape. The last one is a turnaround. Turnaround looks like this. I do a basic. Touch, step, touch, step. This time I do a turnaround. Basic, hop, hop, hop. And this time I do a turnaround. Boom, boom. Okay, this one, when I do the touch and the step, nothing changes in the beginning. Touch, step. Now on my left foot, if I want to do the basic, I keep my hips to the front, touch, step. But if I want to do a turnaround, I'm going to do a touch, and I'm going to turn my center 180 degrees to the left. Turn, step. Now my left foot is in the exact same place it would be if I stayed here and went touch, step. My left foot's in front, but I'm just facing the other way. Let me do it this way so you can see what I mean. If I do a basic, I go touch, step, step. Left foot is in front. If I do a turnaround, touch, step, touch, turn, step. I've done a 180-degree turn, but my left foot is in front, which is very convenient because now my right foot comes forward for touch, step, step. So watch that again. I'm going to do a basic, a turnaround, a basic, and a turnaround. I go touch, step, touch, step, touch, step, touch, turn, step, touch, step, touch, step, touch, step, touch, turn, step, and boom. Okay, this movement also brings into play the quality of movement. If you are flat-footed, I've said it before, I think in the jazz class on Monday, your body is a wonderful instant feedback mechanism. Specifically your knees. If you are flat-footed and you go to turn on that flat foot, your knee is going to tell you almost instantly, no! But if you're on the ball of your foot, pulsing, and you turn, you pivot on the ball of the foot, and your knee goes, huh. And more importantly, if you're doing the hop, when you actually get your hips turned, it happens during the up of the hop. There's actually no friction at all if you have the hop in your step. So watch one time. I'm going to do the basic and the turnaround with the pulse, and then I'm going to add the hop. It's the same rhythm. It might look the same based on your quality on the camera and what that, but I'm telling you how it's going to feel. I'm definitely not going to go flat-footed. I'm in no mood to tweak my knees tonight. So I'm going to do a pulse, pivot on the ball of the foot, and then I'm going to do a hop and have it happen in the air. So check it out. So I'm here, and I have pulse, boom, boom, and now I do the turnaround, and I pivot. I do the hop, hop, boom, boom. I do the turnaround on the up, up, up. Let me do that again. 1, 3, 5, up, boom, and hit. Watch this angle. 1, 3, 5, up, boom, and hit. Even if I pulse, 1, 3, 5, whoop, boom. I'm using that pulse to pivot on the ball of the right foot. Now, if you're a numbers person, that turnaround is going to happen on 1, 3, 5, 6, 7. So 6 is where we really get the majority of that turn, turning around 180 degrees. Let's see, we got some comments here. Routine, very good. Hey, Phil, Amanda, Jason. Oh, yep, miss everybody too. Okay, let's focus on the joy. Focus on the positive, making lemonade out of lemons. So, are there any questions on that turnaround? Any questions on the basic, the side step, the quarter turn, the push it to the front, and the turnaround step? Looking good, looking good, looking good. Facebook, Instagram, we're all good. Okay, before I put the music on, a really nice combination. When you do that push it to the front, you obviously move a little bit to the front. You don't have to, but if you really get some energy going, you're going to move to the front. So it's nice. I'm going to do a basic, move to the front. I'm going to do a turnaround, and then I'm going to do a basic, and then I'll move to the front, taking me back where I came from. So that is a real typical pattern that you'll see. So check this out. Up, 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 up. So I'm going to do a basic touch, step. I push it to the front. I push it. I push it. Now I'm closer to the camera. I'm going to do a turnaround, basic. Now I push it back, and I'm right back where I started. I'm going to do a turnaround, and I'm back in place. Okay, so we're going to put a song on. Again, thank you, Dean Mora. We're going to do basic, side step, quarter turn, turn around, and the push it to the front. All those basic movements to music. I'm going to try definitely to keep a hop or a pulse energy. So if you can hear the music really well, join along with me. You don't have to do the same steps that I'm doing. You can totally mix it up. Okay, woo! Good stuff. If you're dancing along with me, you might be a little bit out of breath. It's all good. Any questions out there? Do you keep your knees bent? Very slightly. Let me go here so you can see. I'm going to tilt this down a little bit. So in the 1920s, we were a little bit more upright in our movement. So we're here versus a Lindy stance, which would be more here. Boom. So Lindy hop, we've got that kind of, that shape in our hips. The hips are gonna come up. And I'm gonna be more here for the Charleston. My knees are slightly bent, using them as shock absorbers for the dance. So I don't lock my knees. And I definitely, but I don't have a Lindy pulse. So, oh man, this is another can of worms, or as Valerie likes me to say, can of weeds. Because musically, there's a whole other thing we can talk about. I feel like we should all be wearing hats. Yes, it's mandatory that you should wear a hat. No. Oh my goodness. You can hear how the music kind of has a a 1, 3, dot 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 versus a ding. Again, this is a big can of worms. You can dance 20s Charleston to basically anything you want to. You can put on a hip hop song. It's kind of cool. It has a good feel to it. It doesn't. Big can of worms. But you'll hear in the music whether it calls for kind of the more upright 20s Charleston versus the more stretched out 30s Lindy Charleston, which I did on Wednesday. Yeah, yesterday actually. No, I'm sorry, Tuesday. Tuesday did the Lindy Charleston. Anyway, so we've got that stuff going on. So just chimed in, or you've just, oh my goodness, things are popping up all over the place. Okay. So that's going to be the essentials part. So the second in the voting process, advanced Charleston also came on. There's a lot of people thumbs upping in the dance friends. It keeps popping up. Hold on. Okay, here we go. I miss a question. Oh, good. Right on. Yes, we said it is the yin and the yang. I love it. All right, there we go. There we go. Oh, that's why. Retta found a hat and she posted in Dance Friends. It's a strictly like a Spokane dance group. It's all good. Okay. All right, let's get into some intermediate advanced movement unless there's a question. Let me look. Questions out there on the basics. Basic rhythm, touch step, side step, quarter turn, turn around, push it to the front. All right, everybody is posting pictures with their hats on. I love it. Very good. Okay, let's move into the world of intermediate advanced 20s Charleston. Now, we might deviate from the basic rhythm. If you're brand new to Charleston and some of this stuff is a little more difficult, when we put the music on, you can always practice those basic essential movements that we've already covered. But for now, let's move on to the jump Charleston, a very classic 20s Charleston move that I would consider an intermediate movement. And it looks like this. Here's my basic. Touch, step, jump, Charleston. I do a touch, step, I do a jump, Charleston. Woo! Okay, here's how I'm going to set this up. Off of a basic, my right foot's going to come forward. So when my right foot comes forward, I usually like to do a little bit of a sweep step. So I think sweep, 4. Sweep, 4. What I mean by that is I'm going to sweep the leg and then make a 4 or a backwards 4, depending on how you're looking at it. So I literally bring this foot 1, 2, 3 behind me, making a figure 4 type shape. Okay. Yes, I acknowledge the hat. All right, guys. Stop sending all those messages. It keeps popping up on my screen. Okay, it's all good. Now, here we are. So I have the start of a jump Charleston. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to think switch, or run. 4, 5. So the rhythm is going to be sweep, behind, step, or run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sweep, behind, step. Now, there's a lot of different variations on a jump Charleston. So again, if you see another teacher doing something different or someone says, hey, that's not it, I do it this way, go ahead. Listen to the other way that they do it, and then you have 2 new ways to do a jump Charleston rather than thinking there's just one way to do it. So for me, I really like this version. Again, sweep, 1, 2, 3, hook behind, 4, 5 is a run. 4, 5. Now the jump is going to happen on 6. Pretend I've jumped up in the air and my hands go up on count 6. So I'm airborne in this position. 6, I'm going to land right foot 7, left foot 8, and I'm ready for the basic or whatever movement I want to go into next with my right foot. And again, there's a lot of different variations. So if I do that without pausing, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From the back, I'm going to do a basic first. 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, sweep. 3, hook behind. 4, 5, run, run. 6 in the air. 7, 8. So it's kind of funny when I work on routines with people and they're having a hard time with this step, just throw your hands up on 6. If you're in the back of the room or if you're in the middle, throw your hands up on 6 and it'll look like you're doing a jump Charleston. And you'll get the feet later. But anyway, that's cheating. So let's do a basic and the jump Charleston. Then I'm going to do a turnaround. And then I'm going to do a basic and the jump Charleston. I'll do it rhythmically and then I'll do it with the numbers. So we're here and I have touch, step, sweep, behind, run, run, jump, step, step, turn around, basic, touch, step, sweep, behind, run, run, jump, step, step. Now let's do that same thing with the numbers. I have 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, turn around, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, boom. So sometimes in routines, you might do a few jump Charlestons in a row. Basics, I mean, you read a few questions out there. Okay, looking good. All right, so that is the jump Charleston. Any questions on that? Bye, Lori. Thanks for stopping in. Okay, let's get into the next intermediate advanced Charleston move, the squat Charleston. So that looks like this, and then I'll break it down. I'm going to go off of a basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 1, 3, 5, 7 from the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay. Again, lots of variations rhythmically on this one, but what I'm going to do is just show you the core rhythm that was passed on to me. I kind of like it, so it's called a squat Charleston because we're going to squat. And that squat's going to happen on 1, 2. So the easy part is after a basic, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1. Squat down. 2, usually do a slap of the knees. You don't have to, but usually I'll go 1, 2. Now, this next part is a little more difficult. I'm going to think about bringing my heels up behind me and kicking my butt. Boom. I'm going to try to keep the knees out to keep a shape. And then I also think about, for the hands, bringing my hands back with the ankle. Boom. So they end up on the same side. Watch this from the back. So I squat down 1, 2, 1, 2. Now I bring the right heel up to the left and the hands go to the left. I bring the left heel up and the hands go to the right. So this is the essential movement of the step. But when we actually do it, we have a squat slap. We do like a pull, kick, pull, kick, pull. Check it out. It's easier to show you than to try to explain it. So when I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm kicking out, switching, out, switching, out, switch, out, switch, out, switch. So remember, the core movement is this. But when you actually do it to tempo, you kick out, and then when you bring this other foot in, you switch. Kick, switch, kick, switch, kick, switch, kick. And again, if you're doing it here, you're going to feel that All right, so Retta, you asked earlier, are your knees bent? Knees are definitely bent on the squat Charleston. Let me do it without stopping one time. So I'm going to go 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I'm going to bring this foot in front. 1, 3, 5, 7. Sometimes you'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or you might just continue that squat Charleston foot switching. So you could go 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7. As far as that basic motion goes. Let me do that one more time from the back without stopping so you can see how the ankles move with a kick and a switch, a kick and a switch. But I've got that basic movement down. Okay, we're doing great on time. All right, here we go from the back. I'm going to start with a basic. I do touch, step, touch, step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Basic. 1, 3. If I keep going with the squat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. I'm going to keep going with the kick. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. And 1, 3, 5, 7. So again, rhythmically, you have a lot of choices in this as far as squatting, doing a knee slap, squatting, leaving your hands up, take the squat out, or at least the squat slap out, just start getting right to the kicks. But you got to get low with this. Let me show it from the side, because another thing you want to think about is as I'm here, and I've got this motion here, notice how I'm forward as I'm doing this motion in the arms. That helps me keep my balance as I'm doing all this stuff behind me. So I'm pitched forward like an airplane. Feet are going crazy behind me, and the arms are going in opposition in front. So that's another important thing is you don't want to be too upright with your shoulders on this one. You can kind of get low and get those arms going back and forth with a nice, authentic squat Charleston. Okay. How are we doing so far? Any questions? Good. A little from work. Interesting. Got their hats on. There we go. Okay. So we've got jump Charleston, squat Charleston, and now we're going to do a step we call the waddle. Okay. So that looks like this. Here's the basic. We have a touch, step, sweep it, and waddle, 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 sweep it, and waddle, waddle, waddle. Basic. Watch this variation. Sweep it, and waddle, 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 sweep it, and waddle, 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 and boom, hop, boom, hop. Okay, from the back, I do a basic. Touch, step, sweep it, and waddle, 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 sweep it, and waddle, waddle, waddle. Watch this variation. I sweep it, and waddle, 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 sweep it, and waddle, 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 hop, 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 hop. Okay, for this one, I'm going to start with a sweep step. 1, 2, 3. Now when I do the waddle, I'm going to think about behind, step, behind, step. And when you do that motion, you kind of get a waddling movement going. Oh, more hats. Very good. Love it. Okay. Oop. Stay on the page. Don't go anywhere, Joel. Okay. Am I still live? What did I just do? Okay, so without moving, I do a sweep. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, now my left foot is free. I sweep. 1, 3, right foot goes behind. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now when you get some movement in there, that's where it looks a little waddly. I'm going to take the arms out of it for a second. So I'm just going to sweep, step, waddle, 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 sweep, step, waddle, waddle, repeat. Right foot, left foot goes behind, left foot, right foot goes behind. So now, with the arms, you have two options. You can do one up, one down, or wings. Wings is easier, so let's do that first. I can sweep, step, and when I waddle, 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 sweep, step, waddle, 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 shoot, hop, shop, shoot, hop, shop. So you literally just get your arms in rhythm with the feet. Watch from behind. So you have a sweep, step, left foot behind, sweep, step, right foot behind. And I'm just stepping, pop, 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 pop. And again, I'm on the front half of the feet, and I'm really relaxed in my ankles, so that's why you see the ankle twisty. No, that needs to happen in okay. So now, if you do one up, one down, if you do a sweep of the right foot, sweep, step, and you take your left foot behind, your left hand's going to go up. Waddle, 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 sweep the left, right hand goes up. And when I do the one up, one down, I like to take one wrist going this way and the other wrist going the other way. So you get some opposition. Let me get closer here. You can kind of see that I'm making a little S. One hand's going that way and the other hand's going that. Waddle, 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 waddle. It has a really nice look and shape with the Charleston. And so, again, this is one of those things like, if you try to think about which hand to go up, sometimes you guess wrong. I guess it doesn't matter which hand is up or down. You can make it feel good either way. Kicks upward or down and out. Which, Tom, which one are we talking about for the kicks upward or down and out? Tom has a question. We're checking it out here. All right, I'm going to wait for the chime in. Tom, oh, I missed some questions. Sorry. Kicks on mark. Oh man, was that on the squat, Charleston? Oh, referring to Retta's question. Okay, this question was kicks on not even. I think you're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So those kicks are happening on the evens. The odds are when the heels come up on the squat Charleston. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down for the 1. And again, if you do something where your timing is a little bit different from mine, that's okay. Think yes on the squat. So I hope I just answered that question. What are the counts for kicking in the squat Charleston? Just went through that. Sorry about that. I thought I did the counts earlier. It's all good. Okay, so watch the waddle without pausing. I'm going to do a basic waddle with wings. Basic waddle with one up, one down. The feet are going to be the same, but you see the different shape. So I do a basic touch, step, sweep, and waddle, 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 sweep, and waddle, 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 basic. Now one up, one down, sweep, step, waddle, 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 sweep, step, waddle, 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 basic, hop, bop, bop, bop. The other, let me do that from the back. So we have a basic, touch, step, sweep it, and waddle, 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 sweep it, and waddle, 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 basic. Now I sweep it, and waddle, 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 sweep it, and waddle, 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 pop, 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 pop. So I know I said earlier, don't think about the arms. One of the things is that, okay, so as you're walking, if you freeze, when your right foot is forward or your left foot is back, what arm is forward? Your left arm. So if you think about raising your left arm up, then you have that shape. So when the left foot goes behind, the left hand goes up. And if I'm walking, and I have pop, pop, pop. I freeze, my left foot is forward, my right foot is behind, my right foot is in front. If I lift it up, now I have pop, pop. Again, it's tough sometimes to think about the arms on some of these movements. So nice, very good. Hi, New York. Very good. All right, we've got a few minutes left. Are you ready for the advanced solo Charleston moves? I need to hear you out there. Let me see some comments if you're ready for the advanced Charleston move. Uh-oh, no one's out there? No one's interested? Well, I guess probably I've done enough. I don't need to do another step, do I? Haha, I was going to chime in. Okay, so far we have the jump Charleston, the squat Charleston, the waddle, and now the slide figure 4. It looks like this. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I might repeat it. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 6. Look at this. Oh, okay. Here we go. Ready, 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 ready. Okay. Repeat for us latecomers. Okay, I'll repeat. Okay. So the slide figure 4. I don't know if this has a name to it. So, but you'll see it in a lot of competitions and old Charleston footage. It's this cool little slidey leg movement. So check this out. Yeah, right, Retta? What? Okay, I think I'm going to go over a little bit tonight. But okay, so here's the movement off of the basic. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. I'm going to kick my left foot on the 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8 to get some forward motion going. Okay, so I have 7, 8. 1 is going to be a slide forward. 1. Now I'm going to do a figure 4 with my leg. I'm going to turn over my right shoulder. 3. Now I'm going to sweep the leg. 5, 7, 8 is just a little basic Charleston movement, and then back to the 1. If I just do a single slide. So watch that here. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7. From the back. Woo! Where am I at here? Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7. Without all the sliding and the turns, I kick 7, 8, slide 1, hook this behind 3, 5 is a sweep, 7, 8 basic. So if you do it standing still, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1. Watch from the back. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1. Now, when you do that hook behind, let the hips, let the movement of that rotate your hips. So now, when I come out of this, slide, bring this around, let your hips come around with it, and then sweep it and touch. So without pausing. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, slide, 4, swoop, and basic Charleston. Again. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. Basic Charleston from the back. I'm going to go 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7. Now, if you think about this movement, this slide 4, slide 4. If you do 2 in a row, you have 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, and now you're ready for 1, 3, 5, 7. It's actually harder to do slow. So if I do 2 slide figure 4s in a row, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, slide, figure, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7. It looks kind of crazy as you're sliding and turning and getting out of control, but you just got to control it a little bit. Try it with just the basic movement without moving, and then try it with the actual slide and the turn. So we just made it to about an hour. No, I have no idea who originated this move. It's in a lot of old black and white footage. Tap dancers will do it. Jimmy Slide is a tap dancer you'll see do it often. So let's finish up. Somebody had mentioned for the Lake review. Solo Charleston, the essentials. Basic Charleston rhythm, hopping versus pulsing versus flat-footed, a side step, a quarter turn, a turnaround, and a push to the front. Those are our essentials. Our advanced moves: jumps Charleston, squat Charleston, the waddle, and the slide figure 4. Watch it all with music. Here we go. What do you guys think? Oh my gosh. Woo! I hope you enjoyed Thursday evening swing. Oh my goodness. Can I go over the basic part of that move before the spin? I might be kicked off here. We're over an hour, so in case you didn't see the comments up at the top, if you've enjoyed this class at all, if it has added any value to your life and joy and any cool new variations for your Charleston, please donate. This is what we do professionally. And obviously, being a social swing dance teacher is on the opposite side of social distancing. When this is all over, we are going to appreciate the opportunity to get all together against this. So again, if I get kicked off, night, I'm crazy about you. I'll put the voting out for next week's Thursday evening swing soon. I want to give you what you want. Tonight's class was Solo 20s Charleston. And the question is, could I go over the basic part of that move before the spin? So once again, if I get kicked off, my apologies, but let's go through and answer that question right now. So the basic part of that move before the spin. Okay, what I'm choosing to do is I'm going 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. I'm kicking forward 7, 8 to get my progression this way. Now, I'm going to kick forward and slide 1. There's the slide. Now the figure 4 is here. But as I do that motion, I'm turning my hips here. Now I can sweep and go back to the basic. When I was doing it with the music, I actually did 2 of those in a row. So I did a kick step to get my progression forward. I slide 1, 3. I did another one. 5, 7, and now I'm 1, 3, 5. That's actually cool to practice on your own. Do it that slow. So go 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. Slide 1, 1, turn figure 4, 3, slide 5, figure 4, 7, and now 1, 3, 5, 7 without pausing to the camera. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. My weight was a little back on that last one, but hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, we are. Oh, that was fun. Good. Okay, so Sam, I hope I answered your question. Watch the video again if we haven't been kicked off. Thank you very much, everyone, for chiming in. Stay safe. Stay inside. We will get together hopefully sooner than later. Again, check out Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge. Monday, Jazz. Tuesday, Charleston. Wednesday, Lindy Hop and Jitterbug. We'll be right here. Thursday evening swing for Spokane next week at 7 o'clock. Friday, Shag. Saturday, Bell Swing. Sunday, Teachers and Organizers session. All of Joel's College Swing Era Knowledge is at 8 p.m. And Thursdays, 7 o'clock as always. Night, night. Crazy about you all.